CBD and hemp are increasingly incorporated in food, supplements, and even cosmetic products in markets like China, Australia, New Zealand, and Thailand. For the food industry, hemp stands out as a novel nutritional ingredient for its high protein, fiber, fatty acids, and essential amino acids. Its strong nutritional profile makes it an appealing ingredient and opens the door for innovation in this space. However, the hemp industry still lacks regulatory uncertainty and lack of awareness in many Asia Pacific countries. In this edition of Deep Dive, we speak to Philippi, General Manager of Hemp Food Australia, which sells food products like hemp seed, protein, oil, and spreads. We find out how the plant-based trend is influencing demand for hemp in the APAC region and scope for this ingredient to go mainstream.
Hemp is already, at least in Australia and New Zealand, if you go to the supermarket, you can see quite a lot of products that have a hemp as a key ingredient. And you can see on the drink section, you can see on the bread section, you can see on the snacking section, you can see on the soup section, on the health aisle. So it's pretty much every single aisle that you walk on a supermarket, you can see at least one product with a hemp as a key ingredient. More people are becoming aware of the benefits of the hemp products. It is around 33% protein, almost 50% oil. A lot of flexitarians are, looking for more plant-based alternatives to add to the meals, right? As well as the vegan and the vegetarian market are also, growing double digits. So in Australia, I think we are, in the forefront of this trend. We know, let's say, in the next 3 to 5 years, that there will be a growing demand for our products.
Do you see the same trend in other APEC markets, like where hemp is consumed, like China, Thailand, India, New Zealand?
Yes, we see this demand in New Zealand, as you mentioned, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea, China, Vietnam, Thailand. Yeah, I think there is a growing trend for plant-based products, meat alternatives that you can add, the high protein content to your food, as well as the essential fatty acids.
In terms of regulations, which markets in APEC do you think are the most advanced, and which markets have most prospect in the region?
I think we can divide some countries that are legal for hemp to be sold as food, and for other countries there is no clarity, or is still forbidden for hemp to be sold as food. I think Japan, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, and China, these are the countries that are on the forefront of the regulatory perspective. I think Thailand it's coming as the next country that is looking like they're going to be legal, and then the demand going to be high demand in the coming years.
What are, besides regulatory issues, what are other major challenges that still exist in the hemp industry in APEC?
I think one of the biggest challenges that the industry faces as a whole, and this is worldwide, is the education about the nutritional benefits of hemp and the stigma that is still associated to its cousin marijuana. So that's our I think the efforts from all the players in the industry is to really to really educate the consumers about this is a highly nutritious product. This is why you should be consuming. It is safe, and because there is no direct association with its drug, the cousin. So I think this is where there is a large, the biggest opportunity still is on this education.
Because the whole of last year was essentially the pandemic, right? So I wonder how was the company's business over the course of last year?
With the pandemic, a lot of people working from home, I think create a certain demand for products that people consume at home, and then they can add it to their breakfast, lunches and dinners. So the company has seen a significant growth over the course of 2020, and despite the end of the pandemic, we all hope that this pandemic finishes soon. We do foresee still a growth for this year.
What are the prospects for hemp to go mainstream as a finished food products, like maybe like cookies, bars, cereal, or even beverages in Australia and the APAC region? How long do you think this will take?
Or I think in Australia, you can see quite a lot of products already using hemp as an ingredient on the supermarket shelf. So if you go to the major supermarkets, you can already purchase, a hemp seed as a single ingredient item. But you can see that within the soups, the health category, the snacking section, and I think where in the next 2 to 5 years, where we're going to see, even further growth is from new products that's going to come to the market that they have a hemp as a key ingredient, but it not being on the front of the pack anymore. It's just going to be a staple, just going to be in the back as a key ingredient. But no doubt that this ingredient is going to be more and more into new products. And we know that because we are also a bulk supplier, so we supply quite a lot of those food manufacturers that are producing all the finished goods with hemp seed. So, and from our communication with those manufacturers, we can see that the feedback is extremely positive, that the consumer demand is there, and there is no sign of reduction of this growth. So there is you should be expecting the coming months and years that more and more products going to be using hemp as a key ingredient.